Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to explore Jadx even more, and I will show you a couple interesting plugins that you can use, and those are really helpful for your research. Let's dive in. In my last video you can actually see how to install Jadx and how to run or open different applications, but in this video I will show you how to actually use Jadx. And of course, first thing that we need to do is open our application, and our second step, which is I think is pretty basic, we go to the resources. In the resources we can see the Android manifest, and this is actually the first place that you actually need to look at whenever you're doing any sort of like Android application research or anything like that. And the reason for that is that the Android manifest is like a skeleton of the application, can show you the way for different vulnerabilities. So whenever we see the application in Android manifest, we see that some activities are exported. This means that this activity is accessible from other Android applications. In this case, as we can see, our main activity is currently the one being exposed, so any other application can run it. But this is a little bit tricky one. So then we see that this is the main activity, and let's see what it does. So basically it says that the application wants to open any file, any HTTP, any HTTPS scheme with PDF. So this means if we send a link with a PDF, and this application is actually our default application for viewing PDF files, this whole main activity will be launched. Okay, and in this case we clearly see that this is a PDF file handler, and in this case view is just a view. Default can be used for the implicit intents. Browsable means that we can actually open this file from the web browser. So view, we can view a PDF file from a web browser, and we just need to have the file scheme HTTP or HTTPS with the PDF file only. So it won't accept anything else. So the next question is how to proceed with this information. Okay, we just double click on main activity, and after that the application will forward us to the exact screen of the main activity, and from this we can go and proceed, actually see how the application is running from the inside. And we can see that there is like a handle intent function or library. So yeah, there are different approaches to things like that. We can manually scroll and check everything, or we can take like functions, or maybe functions that specifically interests us. And in this case, let's check handle intent. Again, you can hold command on your Mac or control on your Windows, and immediately this will forward us to the function and the place where it's declared. So as we can see, everything is pretty okay. We have URI, as we saw, like file HTTP, HTTPS, which gets some data, and then this data is copied and sent somewhere else. So let's check this function, copy file from URI. So as we see, this copy file from URI function takes the URI, like file HTTP, HTTPS with our PDF, converts it, and then it actually takes the file to downloads directory. So it will take any file that will send to this application, and this thing will download it to the downloads folder on your Android device. Let's see, then we have LastPass segment, which just takes the last segment of the application and if it's a no, it will automatically rename the application to like download PDF. And then we have like out file, which takes file, right, the one that we actually downloaded to the downloads directory. And then LastPass segment, which can be the LastPass segment from like our application, or can be download.pdf if we don't have one. And it actually combines them, the file and the LastPass segment. And if we think about it for a second, this means that file is actually controllable by us, because I mean, essentially we kind of give the name of the file, of the PDF, right? And then the LastPass segment is also controlled by us. So it means if we can send something like ... we technically can outfile, like write something in a place that is not in the downloads directory and perform like pass traversal attack, right? So this is pretty interesting in my opinion. And then you will actually ask me, so what do we do? We can actually test if this thing is actually working. So I have a folder with the slides PDF, and I'm going to start like server or my local machine. I started a server. Then I'm going to run this command. So if we want to run the command like adb shell, we start the view, then we submit like our HTTP, which is a PDF, and then we say main activity, open this PDF. Okay, and as you see, my Python server got actually a request, and if we'll check, you see we have the slides PDF. As we can see, like the downloads directory, our external storage public directory, and this is like the downloads folder. Then what's next, right? We can go back and continue following our function. In this way, we see that this kind of like URI was invoked, the one that we submitted, and it actually renders the PDF. So it's supposed to open it, and this is where things get interesting. So in these functions, the PDF is going to be opened. You see, and also there's another library and another function. And if we go to the place where we actually started, we can see that there's a handle intent, and then there is a load pro library. And if we check this library, basically it says list supported platforms and library folder, check where's the files folder, and in the files folder check the folder native libraries and ABI. And as you see, library folder, then library file, we have this files, native libraries, ABI, and the file, exactly file, libdocumentviewer pro.so. The file is loaded in here. And potentially you can say unable to load library with pro version features. You can't ignore this error if you're using the free version. Okay, so this one is getting interesting. It looks like the application is trying to load the library, which is located in files directory in the application with a predefined path. So the application is actually looking for this file. And if we think about the situation with the load directory and actually like rendering and opening the PDF file, we can simply combine them too. So this means that if I can potentially manipulate the downloads directory, I can then take my file, which is like slides PDF, and try to put it in the files folder exactly with this location. So let's see if I can actually do something like this. I'm going to run exactly the same command, but I will include // sequences just to escape from the exact folder and go to the root folder, which is then combined with the actual application internal folder, which is data mobile-lab.documentviewer file slides.pdf. And let's run it. Okay, it actually worked. And how can we actually verify it? If we go to the document folder, we see that our slides exactly in this place, in the files folder, which is in here. And as you see, currently we don't have any other folders in here. Another question you might have, why did it actually work? Mainly because in my folder, the tst build mhl, I actually have the same structure, like data, mobile files. This is our slides. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to delete slides and run it again. And then you can see again, it appeared in here. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to send to this location the exact payload to upload our libdoc-viewer file into this folder. So we take the same slides, but this time I'm going to put it in a native files, native libraries, RM64 slides, exactly as it says in here, native libraries plus ABI. So in this case, our emulator runs on the RM64. I'm going to run it. Let's check again. So there's a native folder, native libraries, RM, and slides. Okay. Now I'm going to put the libdoc-viewer SO. Let's go and check this again. Stays the same, but instead of slides, I'm passing the actual file, which is my compiled file, and which will turn the port using netcat, so then I can connect to this specific port. So let's check. Okay, and this is where our documentviewer it was uploaded. So now we can exit. I can go and check my file. So I'm going to listen on port 6666 on Android. Whenever this library will be run, I mean by library I mean libdocumentviewer pro SO. So in this case, let's take our console. Let's connect using ADB shell. You see the ID. Now let's connect port 666 using netcat. Okay, says let's run our application again. Okay, something is wrong. You see? Different ID. This ID belongs to the actual application. This means that we got an RCE and we can run commands from this application, not from the shell. And we can go to the data, comb, while hacking lab, documentviewer, and we can check files because currently we have the permissions from this application. And if I exit, you see I'm a normal like shell, but cannot access the data folder. So this was an example how to use Jadx and search for different files. You can also search, there's a search like for code, which is a super great feature. Then resources, comments, method, and classes. So you can search here for passwords or password. If one is used, then it will show you different resources. But another cool feature, in my opinion, is plugins. So plugins, in this case, I'm really want to show you the protocol by Anthropic called MCP, which is essentially makes AI perform different actions and also analyze things from the from different tools. In this case, from Jadx. And of course, if we go and say like analyze Android manifest, this thing will try to analyze Android manifest, give us a lot of information. It actually says like potential attack vectors, file scheme handling without proper validation. So this is like a potential. It doesn't actually knows about any specific thing unless we're gonna ask it like check how PDF handling is happening. Let's see. Okay, as you see, basically everything that we did, the AI was able to find automatically without us even thinking. and you ask how to install this plugin, you simply go into the Jadx plugins and you install it from here. And then you go to your cloud or any other supporting application. You go in here and add the Jadx. And these are different functionalities that are available for usage. And we can run any application, but every application should be in Jadx or in Jadx GUI specifically, because if you don't have anything in Jadx, the AI won't be able to help you and run the actual list classes or other commands. And of course, if you want to go to the settings in your cloud and then click edit config, and then this will automatically open the config file, and in that config file you want to put something like that. It's mainly to ensure that your MCP server will work in a correct way, where you have to download the Jadx MCP server on your device and then run it. So making sure that you can like put every variable into the config, and then this eventually will allow you to run the MCP server, Jadx MCP server from cloud or any other tool that is capable of communicating via the MCP server. And I hope you liked today's video. Hit the like button and then hit the subscribe button, and see you in the next video. Bye.